Okay, so we're going to have a little look at the boot itself in full. Now, it's a 3-strap design. Your first one's pretty standard of your normal boots. So you can fine adjust them by twisting that in or out. So it does give a good range of movement, tightness, anything like that. Now, this second strap is something I love to see on boots. That's a 45 degree buckle. And it does say on here 45 degrees. So basically what it does is it does keep your heel in the back of the boot. So your heel's not slamming forward and backwards. You start getting rubbing on your heel. First day, you're not going to enjoy the rest of the fall. So that is a really cool design on it. Also, it's got the adjustment on the actual buckle part itself. So you've got the fine adjustment there, in and out. Perfect. They've got a good range of sort of like buckle clips. As you can see, there's at least 1, 2, 5 there with the 5 tuning. So you can get a good range of movement out of that. Have them as tight or as loose as you want, depending on your sort of foot size and everything like that, how big your arch is, all of that stuff. Now the actual the hike mode on this. So basically what happens is your top buckle, when it's done up, same as the others, it's like this. So the boot's pretty solid, not going to move, especially for downhill, piste, anything like that. And then as soon as you want to sort of hike, you just flick this forward, and as you can see here, move a bit closer, there's actually a cable. So this initiates the hike mode. So when it's moved forward, you have the hike mode, and then this shell here is available to move forward and backwards, giving you a lot more, a bigger range of movement when you're either walking, whether you're just a downhill skier and you just want a hike mode for when you're walking around, bit of après, anything like that. These are perfect. Or if you're looking at getting into the backcountry scene, then these are all perfect designs for. They are low budget, but still the designer is good enough to take you in some pretty decent off-piste terrain. So yeah, it's pretty smooth operating. I mean, you have this catch on here to stop it from coming off when it's loose, because as you can see, this part here does move in and out quite a bit. So yeah, that catch there is simply just to hold it in for when you're in hike mode. So what else do we have on this boot? You can actually adjust the cant of these here, only on one side, but I mean, unless they're ridiculous setup when they come to you, I don't usually mess around with the cant. So the actual soles themselves, these are just hard plastic. I'm not sure if you can get any rubber bottoms. I've had a look, but I haven't had any success finding any. Now these are more like standard ski boots, unlike some of your more dedicated touring boots, which do have your rubber soles, a bit softer. They're not interchangeable with the rubber soles, but these ones are, so I suppose that's one positive about them. You can just rip these off and you can get them 30 quid for a new set, and then you're going. So yeah, they fit into standard alpine bindings or alpine touring bindings, so just check out what bindings you've got. I'm sure if you've got some of the sort of more advanced bindings, you'd already know what you're looking at, but if you're looking at getting into backcountry skiing, then just check out what bindings you're looking at getting, and are they compatible with your standard boot, or sometimes you need like Dynafit, where they have the holes, which unfortunately these don't. But like I've got some alpine touring bindings, so they are pretty good and they do the job very well. So I haven't had any trouble with them. No, nothing unclipping when I don't need it to. They've been absolutely perfect for me at the moment. So that's the main bulk of the boot. Let's have a look at the inner. So the inner, it's got a soft toe part at the front, so your toes can move around, making it just a bit more comfortable for you. It's got an elasticated bit here, so your tongue can come out really far, and you can get it over the front of the boot. So that's definitely one of the things that I noticed about these, is the inners are really easy to get out. So yeah, drying out inners, perfect for that. So you have like a felty kind of tongue in here, and it's the same with this here. It's got quite a cool pattern on it, which I quite like. And then as soon as you get further down into the bottom of the boots, it turns into sort of like fleecy, and then it comes with some standard Nordica just soles, so you can change them around. If you've got like a really high arch, you can get high arch ones. I know you can get them done at Snow and Rock, places like that. Snow and Rock are really good at boot fitting for you. And there are specialist boot fitters around the country, so just have a look around anywhere that's near. Reviews, anything like that. So that's really easy to stick back in and out. Just pop that back in there. So the outer part of it is hard plastic because of the mechanism of that wire that pushes in and back. That's actually in the back here, so I shouldn't have added it on, just for a bit of strength, a bit of protection around your ankle, stop you from snapping any bones, which is not what you want. Now, one of the cool things on it is this Velcro patch here. So you're getting a bit of rubbing on your inside leg because it's too loose around this part here. You can actually shift that around like that. That will tighten up this part of the boot because it'll be pushing on the casing, so it'll push it around a bit like that. Get it tighter so there's a bit less movement, a bit more movement, whatever you're having trouble with. It is really good for sorting out any like niggles that you have with the upper part of your feet, or your calf, sorry. So you can move it down, up, left, right, any way you want. I've kept mine pretty standard at the moment. If I start getting any rubbing, I'll have a play with them, but for the moment they've done me alright. So around the bottom here, it's just like a really hard plastic covered, I don't know, cloth I suppose. So yeah, no problem. It's quite thick as well on the inside, so no problems with rubbing, anything like that, because I know a lot of boots you stick on and you get like the hinges start rubbing, or the buckle attachments where they've actually riveted them on or whatever, they start rubbing your feet, but there's none of that. Sole, just a hard flat sole, same as most ski boots, so pretty standard really. So alright, in a boot, it does look a bit cheap when you pull it out, especially with that silver part, and it's not the best quality in the world, but they are, yeah, I can't pick many faults with them, and they've done me alright so far, so see how they get on for the rest of the season. Now we're going to have a look at the actual shell of the boot itself. So this is 3-part construction. So what you have is you have your tongue, which is one of them, which just goes the whole way down, all the way down to here. So that's probably the smallest part, and then you have your height part here. So this shell is literally just attached on there, which gives it free rein to move forward and backwards, as you can see. So there's quite a bit of movement in there. Not loads and loads. I know you get some touring boots now where you can move in ridiculous amounts. It's like not even having ski boots on anymore. So it is a very good starter boot. Not a massive amount of movement, but it's good enough for any of you that are just either alpine skiers, you just want a bit more movement for après, anything like that, walking to gondola, ski lift, anything like that. Or if you are touring and you're only starting out, then yeah, probably a really handy, make a big difference if you've only ever skied in alpine boots. So yeah, do like a lot of movement, so that's perfect. Now the inner part, as you can see, is sort of like the main base of the boot, all the way from the bottom of the boot through the middle in there. So yeah, not a lot to that really. It's a bit thinner up the top, so it does go along with your plastic part of your inner there. So the bottom of it, at the bottom here, you can actually remove it. I don't know if you can see a screw in there, so that can be removed. You can fiddle around with it. Some people do. I probably wouldn't, because if you take too much off, then I'm not sure how easy they are to get hold of. So yeah, they are shock absorbing bottoms, so they're not really soft, but they you can see that they definitely do absorb some impacts. I mean, I haven't hit any big drops at the moment, so I'll let you know how it gets on. It might be absolutely rubbish, but at first glance they do look like really good boots. So if you're looking at getting out there, you want to access some side country, back country. I know it's getting a lot more popular now with avalanche equipment becoming a lot more cheaper, so just get a pair of these or something cheap, get out in the side country, see what you can do. Remember to do your avalanche courses, most important thing, have your avalanche equipment. But yeah, no, definitely boots that I would recommend. So these came to me at the grand price of £75 without postage, and that was including VAT as well. So they are 2013-14 models, I think, or 2012-13. They're old models now anyway, and they are sort of like their lowest range of boot. But they are incredibly good price for what you get, considering some boots you pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds for, and you stick them on and they don't feel that great anyway. So looking at getting out to backcountry, check these out. These are the Nordica Hell Back ski boots. So 2012 or 13 model. There's quite a few still left in shops, left over, so I'll put a few links up for some of them, and you can check them out. And they're all around under 100 quid, so have a shop around, see what you can get, and yeah, go from there. Find what works best with the boot, have a look at some nice bindings, get some bindings on, and just get out there in the backcountry. Had a look at the boot today. As you've seen, really cheap, really good quality, definitely amazing for beginners, really solid, really hard wearing, and I love them, especially for the price. You can't beat it at all. Check below some of our links, so we'll link in some of the shops that you can get hold of these, and then give us a like, give us a subscribe. We're on Instagram, UK Mountain Sport, on Facebook, UK Mountain Sport. So get on, have a look at these, have a look at our blog, and we'll see you next time for another review. Ciao.